Start your day the joyful way. It's your weekday morning talk show inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes. And now here's your host, the queen of joy herself, Jessica Dugas. Good Monday morning, everybody. I hope you are doing well today. It is a Monday, June 27th, 2022. I hope you're doing amazing today. It was an interesting weekend, a little up and down for my liking, but here we are. I can find the joy on the roller coaster. Sometimes you just let me know if you can relate. Sometimes you just have to put your hands up and go wee, and that's it, and just enjoy. Hope you're doing amazing today. Let me know if you're joining me. Course, what's bringing you joy in the comments. We are finishing our summer reading series today with a little bit of an overview as well as some honorable mention. We are coming up on the 4th birthday of the Breakthrough Show and the Breakthrough Show Network. As we know, it all started with the Breakthrough Show, and back on July 6th, 2018, that's when it all began. Obviously there was planning and stuff going on beforehand, but the show premiered, the Breakthrough Show premiered on July 6th, 2018. So the 4th birthday is coming up. And I realized through doing this series, obviously we've had some veterans of the show coming on the last 3 weeks for our summer reading series, but we've also hosted so many incredible authors on the Breakthrough Show. And I'm psyched to kind of go over some these. I literally have a stack bigger than what I can fit on the screen here of amazing authors, and I'm excited to go over those with you this morning and share with you some of my favorite moments with some of these authors, and of course the incredible books as well. There's also a link down in the comments where you can shop with the Breakthrough Show. I'm still in the process of adding every single book to our Shop with the Breakthrough Show page, but once it gets there, they will all be there by the end of the day. Okay, so you can go check that out for sure. So I'm excited to get into that in a little bit here. One thing bringing me joy is I was spending some time sending some messages this morning to a lot of these incredible authors, and I hadn't touched base with some of them in a little while, and it always brings me a lot of joy to reconnect. That reconnecting, I think, is so important. And what's the interesting thing is I was typically really good about messaging often to keep up with people. But when I had to get to the point where I didn't really realize the growth that had happened with the network. And so what happened was you get into the hundreds of people that you've hosted and the thousands of people that you've met. And it's like, you might have the best intentions, but literally if there are 24 hours in a day and half of that ish, we got to sleep. We got to sleep at some point, boys and girls. And so sometimes too long goes between meeting up, and I'm really trying to find a system to get better with that because, it's important to me to stay in touch, and it makes it easier, I guess, when some people just don't want to stay in touch. That's wonderful, fine, great, wonderful, but I always have prided myself on the Breakthrough Show Network being a place where we're all kind of family atmosphere, staying in touch. And so I'm working on how can I be an octopus and split myself into all of, as many things as I need to do. But I really do carry everybody that's ever been on the network in my heart. And even if I don't reach out and say something, y'all are all here. You're all here all the time. I promise you. And so at any rate, that's bringing me a lot of joy, that reconnection this morning. Also, we are in the teens until we move. And that's another thing that's been kind of hectic. Like I've had some people rescheduling appointments and stuff lately. And I'm like, I'm not rebooking anything right now because moving is crazy. Moving with 8 people is crazy. Moving across the country adds another level of craziness. So it's just a lot right now. It's a lot. And so We're in the teens. And I think when I mentioned to you guys, I have learned how to slow down time, and that's to write a countdown. But I have a new disclaimer for you today. When you get into the teens of that countdown and you say 19, suddenly you're like, oh shit, I should probably pack a box. And granted, there's been a lot of stuff that's been packed already, but I really got my butt into gear yesterday because when I said 19, I was like, oh God, like it just sort of happened. And so I did a lot of packing and whatnot yesterday. 18 days till my feet are on the ground in my hometown of Connecticut. And I'm really, my home state of Connecticut, my hometown in Connecticut. So really excited about that. Can't wait to be home. I am a little bit disappointed that we didn't get the timing how I wanted in my head, because I wanted to be up there for SailFest, but I'll digress on that. At any rate, let me know what else is bringing you guys joy today. Let's check in and see who's joining us this morning. Juju's here today. Good morning. Good morning. And it's good to see you. Happy Monday. Donnell is here today. He's up early and ready to go. Good morning, Donnell. It's good to see you this morning. Sharon's here today. She said, good morning, Jessica. I'll be watching the replay. I'm vacationing in California. Today is National Sunglasses Day. Yes, I'm sure you already know. I know you'll be wearing yours at some time during the show. I actually am not. I have all of my sunglasses getting ready to go in a bag in my bedroom, but you remind me to find more joy. Thank you. Thank you, Sharon, for always popping up and showing your support. I really appreciate you. You can also, the gratitude glasses she's talking about, you can also get in that link down in the description of the video as well. The gratitude sunglasses. What's up, Adam Duvall? Good to see you this morning. Adam Duvall in a couple of weeks. Okay, I'm gonna have to look, Adam, because that's been a long time. It's been a long time. Let's see. Good morning, Nancy. It's good to see you this morning. Looking forward to pizza. Yes, so we are having pizza in Asheville, North Carolina. Let me break down a little bit of the schedule for you guys. So if you are on the trip up, I would love to see you. This is what I have confirmed so far. Okay. We are having lunch at Cashew in Chattanooga, Tennessee. If you're in the area, let me know and I can let you know times. Okay. We're having lunch at Cashew in Chattanooga, Tennessee on the 13th. We are having an early dinner at Mellow Mushroom in Asheville, North Carolina on the 13th. And then we will be having, anybody that's, on the trek, I will welcome you to join us. I have these big ideals of like, okay, I'm going to stop and I'm going to see everybody on the way. But what I realized, going back to that octopus thing, I'm one human. And so I was like, okay, this is where we're going to be. And if you'd like to come meet us, we would love for you to come meet us. I wish I had the time to go like literally door to door, but I just don't. So I'm excited. We're doing pizza in Asheville, and then we will be staying the night in Charlotte, North Carolina. The morning of the 14th, we're doing breakfast at Cinnaholic in Indian Pines. Okay, I think that's Indian Pines, but it's right outside of Charlotte. If you look up Cinnaholic, it's right there. We're doing breakfast there. So those were what I have confirmed thus far. Let me know if you are in those areas and we'll definitely meet up. Donnell's up early, which is different. Yes. Absolutely. Jesse Shedden's here this morning. Good morning, Jesse. You're going to hear a little bit about Jesse coming up here shortly as well. I'm excited to dive in. I have a lot to cover this morning, so we're going to take a quick break and we're going to be right back with the culmination of our summer reading series. And don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a minute.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Today is Monday, June 27, 2022. And for the last 3 weeks, we have been embarking on a summer reading series here on the Project Joy Live on the Breakthrough Show Network. Why? Because I had an epiphany. My kids have been volunteering at the library. And, you know, when I was little, we did the summer reading program as kids as well. And so they're doing the summer reading program at the library. And I'm like, I want a prize for reading books. So I was like, I think a great prize could be getting to know some of these amazing authors, and we'll do a little adult summer reading program here on the show. So it's been a lot of fun the last 3 weeks. I'm skipping around here to go through and go over everyone we've had on the show. So week 1, we had Norman K. Liverpool the fourth on. We had I did my own author story. We had Lori Ann Davis on the show. We had Aaron Fisher on the show, and we finished out the week with Steve Gamlin. Now, what I loved about week 1 is Norman kicked us off with some fire from Over the Top Living. Okay. His book is just amazing. And again, the link is in the description of this video where you can go down and click and shop, and all the books are there. But Norman started out with fire, and then it was so fun for me to get to tell my own author journey on the second day. And then we had some amazing veterans from the Breakthrough Show Network on the show, which I absolutely loved. Lori Ann Davis, which I'm so excited I'm going to get to see in Charlotte again. This will be the second time. Aaron Fisher, and then of course Steve Gamlin. Again, I love that so many of us that have been, so many of the guests that have been on the show, we've kept in touch, and it's been, you know, a new book will come out and I'll be like, yes. And this is how I end up with an entire huge stack of books. So week 1 was a lot of fun. Week 2, we started out with Sharon Zaraga Walters, of course, diving into gratitude. That was always a lot of fun. Joel Solomon was talking about millionaires on Tuesday. And then we had Pragito Dove diving into meditation on Wednesday. Laura Staley and her 895 books on Thursday. And then Judith Finneran, we got those tissues out on Friday talking about Judith's grief journey. And really, I mean, just so good on week 2. Week 3, we finished off Mary Beth Decker, our real life Dr. Dolittle, was on Monday. She's an animal intuitive, and her book touches on grief. Her book's called Peace in Passing, and it talks about kind of that grief journey that we go through with our animals. But there's so many things in there that I think ties into any grief that we experience in our lives. And so it was amazing to have Mary Beth here, and I'm hoping to see her as well on that trek up north. Brian K. Wright was on Tuesday. He was amazing. And as we learned, he not only writes books for himself, he's also a ghostwriter and coaches people to come out with their books as well. The incomparable Shiraz was on Wednesday as well. We've talked all about rewriting reality. Shiraz, as you know, is one of our hosts on the Breakthrough Show Network here, and his show Rewriting Reality is actually on today, this afternoon, 2 p.m. Central Time. Thursday, we talked to Shoshana Chaim, who has been on the show. She has been a co-host. She has been on, I think, every show that I host, but at any rate, talked about the little goldfish and how tapping into some of our children's books can actually be a lot of fun for us as adults. And we ended with Fire on Friday with Michael Whitehouse, the guy who knows a guy. And I'm excited to get to see him too, not on my travels, but actually when I land, because he lives in the hometown where I grew up. So really excited about that as well. And he gave you the hint, if you guys remember, you can go to guywhoknowsaguy.com and there's a little sign up where it says like get tips or something, but you actually get a copy of his book, a digital copy of his book when you go there. So there's your little tip for that, guywhoknowsaguy.com. Throughout this, as I mentioned, I am really excited because as we did this series, I went through and I'm like, holy God, we have had so many authors on the show, and they filled my bookshelves, boys and girls. They filled my bookshelves, and I'm excited to share with you a lot of these incredible books today. Yes, I love it, Jesse. And good morning, Miss Ford. Speaking of Miss Ford, we are going to go ahead and click off, start off. I don't know. We're going to start with, we're going to click our heels and off we go into our chatting this morning. Miss Ford is, I have joked several times that she is going to, fill up a bookshelf just of her own eventually. I have 3 of her books here that are incredible. Book 1 in her series was Third Day Revelations. It's of the Waters of Life Chronicles. And when you get your copy, look who gave a review at the bottom there. Yes, ma'am. And the second book is Miracle Zones, book 2 of the Waters of Life Chronicles. And book 3 is not part of the series, but it's a poetry book, Silver Shadows of the Moonlit Soul. Silver Shadows of the Moonlit Soul. I love all of these books. So the Waters of Life Chronicles books are literally spiritual downloads, spiritual messages that Miss Ford was in the quiet wee hours of the evening or middle of the night or early morning, would sit down and just write these things, and then now they are books. And we've had several conversations with Miss Ford where she's talked about that process. She's been on the Breakthrough Show and Project Joy several times, so definitely go check out her episodes. But I always love, Miss Ford has been also participating in our Soul Saturday morning coffees that we do through the network every Saturday morning. And oftentimes she's there, and she always, like, when she's done, you just know that she's speaking from the heart. And she's speaking from a place that is sometimes otherworldly. And it's like you're ready to pass the collection plate after. So the books are very much that experience as well. You do not have to be any particular religion or anything. And we've talked about that when she's been on the show as well, that if she refers to God in here, it's very easy to just process it the way that you process it with the things that you believe in your own life. But there's messages that's for everybody. And then, of course, I love some poems, especially divinely led poems, and Silver Shadows of the Moonlit Soul fulfills that as well. So make sure you check out ckford.online, and you can also, all 3 of these books are on the Breakthrough shopping list, which you can find in the comments. The link is down below. I'm going to try to grab that and post it, not in the comments, it was in the description. I'm going to try to grab it and share it for you guys as well while we are chatting here. I'm going to try to do 800 things at once. While she is here as well, because I saw her pop in, let me go down my list. I'm going to skip around a little bit here. Skip around. Here we go. Jessie Shedden. There we go. Tomorrow's Not Promised. Tomorrow's not promised. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. I want to give you this link because this link that I'm going to give you down below is the best link to go to literally see all of the books that we are talking about. It puts everything one place, really easy for you to remember. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put the link. Yes. Da, da, da. There it is. There it is. There it is. You'll see an Amazon shopping link there that has all the books for you. Okay. Yes, I need I need all of the books. Okay. I have so many, but this is the one that Jesse came on the show to talk about. And this book chronicles, Jesse had a really incredible story about growing up in a cult and was able to escape the cult and everything else. And really, that is such a heart of everything that she talks about on social media. And even when she's talking about other topics, you can tell how that experience has really helped to shape who she is as a person, as you might expect that it would. And a little subtitle up in the corner here, it says One Woman's Quest for Freedom. And we talk a lot about that freedom on the Breakthrough Show Network. And I think a lot of times people feel like freedom means, you have to have been in a cult or marginalized or whatever to not have experienced freedom at one point in your life. But the truth is that so many of us are shackled down in one way or another, and a lot of us are holding themselves there. So this is an amazing book to kind of give you that faith and confidence in yourself to move forward in your life. So check out Tomorrow's Not Promised by Jessie Shedden, as well as her other books as well, which I need to add to our Breakthrough Show shopping list too. By the end of the day, as I mentioned, everyone's books will be there. I just have to finish going through. So thank you so much, you guys, for being here this morning. Who else do we have to talk about? Okay, so I have to mention my good friend Katerina Stomska, who was the premiere of the Breakthrough Show season 6 this year. As you know, we've been doing the Breakthroughs Around the World series, and Katerina came on to represent Scotland. She had been on the show 2 other times previously, and she is a poet. Don't you know it? And I am Dr. Seuss in this moment. Okay, so she has her first book, Poems with Soul, which is amazing. And all of her poems, God, they're so deep into personal and spiritual development, so deep and amazing. And her next book that came out, which I need to go back and see where we're at. It just came out recently and it's amazing. And again, another book of poetry. The new one is called Scribbles from the Heart. I just want to make sure that I was reading that correctly. And a lot of her poems are based off of having survived a narcissistic relationship. And so highly, highly, highly recommend Poems with Soul and Scribbles from the Heart. I don't have Scribbles from the Heart yet, but it is amazing. And I mean, easy read, you guys, really easy read in that it's short, but it's going to reach you to the depths of certain places as you're reading them. Okay. Jesse says, I love you and the show, even if I'm not always here. Gotta scoot as I have a call with a big name. Yes. So exciting. So exciting. Keep me up to date with that. And we'll be touching base again soon, my friend. I appreciate you. The Power of Daddy's here this morning. Good morning. Checking in, outworking, and sending love. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my friend. Okay, so that's Poem with Soul, Katerina Stomska. Also check out Scribbles from the Heart. And it is in the link down below as well. Okay, I have to keep an order here of what I am doing, you guys, or I'm going to get completely lost. I'm going to save this one because she's going to be on the show soon. Okay, I have to talk about this one. Jenny Landgren, when she came on the show, was just, she's one of the most peaceful, energetic presences I have ever experienced in my whole life. I was like, can you just sit here with me and breathe and meditate and just let me bathe in your presence? Okay. She's just amazing. And her book is so needed in this world. Again, short, easy read, but her book is called Choosing Unity Starts with Us. Choosing Unity Starts with Us. And it really speaks to our choice that we have on a day to day basis to be unified. And I want to say this about that as I'm being choosy. Um, as we have been navigating some pretty interesting challenges that have come up that really the last couple of years, but then more specifically in the last month or so here in the United States, but also globally, because we're seeing a global response to a lot of the things that are going on. It is really easy for us to just lump people together and um when I have attempted to have conversations from time to time about the things that have been going on, and the division and hatred and all of these things that I'm seeing, when I try to have those conversations, it tends to be a situation where you've got people who are just ready to point the finger and ready to lump people together, and it's not where I'm at. It's not where I'm at in my life. And but the thing of it is choosing unity and choosing for us to find our similarities, to come together. It doesn't take away Choosing unity doesn't take away diversity. It doesn't take away our rights to our opinions. It doesn't say you have to be a doormat. That's not what choosing unity means. It is a moment to moment choice that is not always easy. And this very short book just completely reminds you to choose it on a daily basis, to be vulnerable, to be courageous, and to understand that we're all in this together at the end of the day. And so it's up to us. It really is. So Jenny Landgren, Choosing Unity starts with us. And she just go back and watch her episode of the Breakthrough Show. I think she was season 4 or 5 on the show. I wish I could file that away in my head and remember all of them, but she was amazing. So definitely check her out as well. As we go down the list, we had a series back in the day between seasons 3 and 4 where we were doing a special edition kind of series, little bit of shorter episodes and focusing on certain things. And Brian Keating was on the show. Brian Keating was up for the Nobel Prize. And guess what? Based on the title, he lost the Nobel Prize. This book is all about that. He's a cosmologist and talks about some of the politics, the craziness behind the Nobel Prize process, and what it was like for him to be so ambitious, to lose it. This is a wonderful book. It is very sciencey for those who are into the science stuff as well, but it also just speaks to us as humans and the drama that ensues sometimes. And again, going back to choosing unity, whether we choose to participate in that or not, and what that ambition looks like and everything. So Dr. Brian Keating, incredible, highly recommend. And he is a professor of physics at the University of California in San Diego. He, among many other things, he has podcast. Deepak Chopra recommends this book. Okay, so really, really good as well. So make sure you guys check that out. Losing the Nobel Prize. Mellow Star is here this morning. Good morning, Mellow. It is good to see you today. Okay, so this next one is good. Because this was a whole moment for me. Ori Spado is known as the Hollywood mob boss. And when I heard his story, and I'm trying to get comfortable here, you guys. When I heard his story, I was like, must come on the show. And now I typically like a lot of the shows that are like true crime type shows, but this is like true story, true crime. So when I read the book, I was just blown away. I was like, we need a movie, we need a series, we need something. The Accidental Gangster by Ori Spado, from insurance salesman to mob boss of Hollywood. Ori is amazing. Ori came on the show, and it was such a crazy moment because there was a friend of his that he mentions in the book that had such a big hand in his journey, and he actually had passed away the night before. So like literally he was getting calls from like TMZ and all these other places while we were sitting down to do the interview. But he's such a genuine person, and we had such an incredible conversation about, being at a bar with Sinatra and like all of these other experiences that he had. But if you like true crime stories, if you like real life turnaround stories, The Accidental Gangster is definitely a book for you. He was in federal prison and came out, wrote this book, and just highly recommend. And Ori's an incredible person in addition to an amazing author. And so if you go listen to his interview when he was on the show and then read the book, you can literally hear him. It is him 100% in this book. So The Accidental Gangster by Ori Spado. Let's see, where do I want to go next? Let me know if you guys have any questions about any of these incredible authors or the books, because I would love to dig into that with you as well. Okay, so let's talk about the next one because, or the next two, because she has another book coming out in September called Angel. Wendy Beasley was such a beautiful light on the Breakthrough Show. And she had dreamed of, one day being an author. She helps to train dogs for dog shows and things like that. And so she was in a very different kind of realm. She had written articles and stuff for that. And then she got into writing fiction. She wrote Charlotte and the Fairies, which is a children's book. Again, a really easy read. Love this. And then she also wrote Beasts and Butterflies, which is a naughty little novel for for us older folks, fiction and wonderful read. And she has like I said, another book, Angel, coming out in September as well. So congratulations, Wendy, on that. But this is juicy. If you need a juicy little read for summer reading, because look, I'm all about the personal development books, 100%. That those are my realm of authoring as well. But sometimes you need a juicy little nugget to read, and Beasts and Butterflies is one of them for sure. So make sure you check her out. And congratulations on your new book coming up in September, Miss Beasley. Okay, so we had another author come on the show for season 6 of the Breakthrough Show for our Breakthroughs Around the World series, representing the country of Kenya. Robert Bell was back on the show, and we had a good time mentioning this book 850 times on the episode as like a marketing thing. We were having some fun with that. So Robert Bell is in the accounting world, the finance world, and he speaks though about creativity. Now, you don't always put that together, creative and money kind of thing, but his book is called Blow the Lid Off, reclaim your stolen creativity, increase your income, and let your light shine, by Robert A. Bell. And so I love what it says here. Creativity isn't limited to the arts. It's enormously beneficial in science, finance, and all areas of business. So if you're someone who never felt like I'm not creative or I'm not in a creative line of work, this book will have you question that. It will have you go, okay, creativity is important, and it's something that I need to embrace. And it's okay to embrace it, even if you're in a line of work that might not be considered creative, right? So definitely check that out. Uh, and get the book by Robert Bell for sure. Hey me, oh hey Mel, never mind. It's Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Okay, let's see what else I have here. All right, next one. This is a good one, you guys. Okay, Tasha Hunter was on the show. Um, Oh, what a powerful conversation. Like, I'm just, as I'm mentioning these authors, I have been so blessed to have had conversations with these incredible people. I feel so fortunate. And when I mention their names, I'm literally taken back to our conversation. Tasha and I, from the moment we met, I felt very connected to her. I felt like just she's such a beautiful soul. And but you can also in our conversation really feel everything that she had been through. Her book is called What Children Remember, and it says it is a personal account of surviving complex developmental trauma. This memoir poignantly sheds light on the virulent emotional effects of childhood abuse. Following Tasha Hunter through her years of struggling with issues of abandonment and post traumatic stress, her story brings to life her search for meaning, acceptance, and love. As a mental health advocate who now specializes in the treatment of PTSD, she provides a unique perspective on the importance of building relationships with oneself, with others, and with God. Her story validates the emotional pillars of faith and forgiveness in one's lifelong recovery. This true story is a modern day fairy tale which movingly describes one seeker's quest to overcome the Goliaths in her life in order to find her true purpose. Tasha's also a Air Force veteran. She has a master's in public admin and social work. She's a licensed social worker. She does all the things, and she's amazing at it. So make sure you check out her memoir, What Children Remember. So good, so powerful. Thank you so much, Tasha. It was good to reconnect with you this morning as well. Another incredible memoir, an incredible story, and really blew me away, and was also a very emotional episode for me because I have shared in the past that I was present. My grandfather helped to raise me, and I was present the day that he had his stroke. And that whole moment just changed so much in my life. And then he woke up the next day, had a larger stroke, and was unable to walk, talk, or anything for the next 14 years. And so when we had Kawan Glover on the show, who had experienced issues with the brain and stroke and all of that, blown away. Blown away. Kawan, I'm always posting. He posts amazing little videos and stuff. If you check out our stories on Instagram, I'm always sharing things that he's posting because he always has such great insights. But he's so young. He's so young, you guys, and has all of this incredible knowledge. His book is called Favor: How Stroke, Struggle, and Surgery Helped Me Find My Life's Purpose. Kawan Glover. Keep going, push through, and ignore the pain was my motto, but life was about to run headfirst into that philosophy. So make sure you check this out. So good. And thank you, Kawan, for the work that you do in the world. Favor is his book by Kawan Glover. Let's see. Okay, this is an oldie but a goodie, and she has several other books available now, and she's also one that helps people birth their books into the world. So Nicola Humber has been one of my favorite people from the get-go. She is a breakthrough show OG, been around from the get-go, and has always been so supportive in my own journey. And it's been such an honor and a privilege to watch her on hers. But this is the first book that I came into contact of Nicola. It's called Heal Your Inner Good Girl, A Guide to Living an Unbound Life. So good. You can see this book has been well loved. Well loved. I can't tell you how many times I have been through it. But if you ever remember growing up and even not being a girl, just being told, be good, be quiet, be a good girl, be a good boy, and having kind of those subconscious expectations building up. And then you kind of come forward in your life and you realize at some point, like, whose life am I living here? And this feeling that we have internally sometimes to just be a good girl, be quiet, do what you're supposed to do, fall into place. This is going to blow it out of the park for you. And so highly, highly, highly recommend Heal Your Inner Good Girl by Nicola Humber. Again, she has several other books and I recommend those as well. But this is the one that has had such a tremendous positive impact on my life, and you know encourages me to not have to be the good girl every 5 minutes of every day. I think we're all still we're a work in progress on that a little bit, but at any rate, it says, is your inner good girl running the show and holding you back in your life? Maybe you constantly find yourself putting others' needs above your own. You're always striving to get it right and end up putting a whole heap of pressure on yourself. This is definitely signs of an overactive inner good girl, and there's now a way to move through them and be more you. So check out that one by Nicola Humber. Let's see. Okay. Next one I want to talk about. I was super excited to have Derek Gosworth, aka Truth Seeker, on the show back in season 4. He's incredible. And if you've never watched the Truth Seeker podcast, you need to go do that. Seriously, I'm not playing around with you. Derek is a pro. And what I love about him is he's so strong about his own beliefs, yet he really creates a beautiful space to allow people to explore what spirituality and divine connection means to them. I have never seen him put down someone else for their beliefs. I have never seen him try to force his beliefs on someone else, but he's just an incredible, one of my favorite guests ever in the history of the Breakthrough Show. And his book is called Spirit Realm: Angels, Demons, Spirits, and the Sovereignty of God. So make sure you guys check this out. It's an easy to read, all-inclusive guide to the spirit realm. There is a world beyond this plane of existence in which we live, a dimension that is more real than we can understand, a realm that is eternal and flourishing with life. And there are things that you can do on this side of the field that have significant reactions in the spirit realm. Exploring the existence of life beyond the mundane realities, this book will help you understand that there are doors or pathways which can be opened unknowingly. So definitely check out Spirit Realm by Truth Seeker. So good. So good. Okay. The next one that I would love to talk about is actually somewhat of a picture book, but again, one of my most memorable guests ever for me, one of my most memorable conversations that I've ever had, and one of the most influential, energetic presences that I've ever been able to bask in on the show. Sylvia Moth is a photographer, an author. She's communicates with angels. She does sound healing. And she has lived quite the life. Angels of New York is a meditative photographic journey. Now, this is show and tell, okay, with this one, you guys, because stunning photos. This takes you through some of the most incredible angel statues throughout New York City. And it has quotes. It's a wonderful coffee table book. It talks about different angels. It shows the beautiful photography of all of the statues and everything. And it really is just such a beautiful photographic journey of New York and touching on so many of the amazing angels, and that reminding us that even if like angels isn't your thing, I feel like this book really reminds us that the divine is everywhere in all things. And if we choose to see things, that it's there, so highly recommend checking out that. Look, it even has some of the beautiful stained glass. Just a stunning book by Sylvia Moss, photographer and author. Love it. Definitely check that out. And she has other things. I think it's sylviamoss.com, I'm sure, is her website. But she's always doing classes and just amazing. She's so good. So good. I highly recommend Sylvia Moss. Yes, today can be dubbed as hashtag Book Club Monday. I loved getting to do this little overview because, like I said, every time I'm saying these names, I'm brought back to the conversations that we've had, and I feel so fortunate, so honored, so blessed. All right, the next ones I want to talk about. She actually came on the show to talk about her book, her memoir, Melting Ivory. It's called Life Happens for You, Not to You. This is so good. I'm going to read you the little description here. Dr. Adrienne McKeon. When Adrienne was awarded a Fulbright scholarship to study theater in West Africa, she couldn't believe her luck. But she would soon learn that luck, along with everything else, isn't always what it appears to be. Saviors can transform into persecutors and strangers into heroes. You just never know at the start of a journey where it may take you by the end. So good. So good. Dr. Adrienne McKeon is an incredible light in this world. And this is a read, but it's really, really good and worth it. And then she came out with another book called Enough: Breaking the Cycle of Emotional Abuse in Romantic Relationships. This is so good. So good, because it's not just, there's things to do in this. Sometimes you're just reading like, this is what you need to do. This is like, this is how, and this breaks it down. And this is also a wonderful book to read for anyone who might have loved ones in their lives who are dealing with abuse in relationships, because this helps you. How can you be a better support? What is something that you can actually do? So definitely check this out. It says, what are you willing to put up with in order to feel loved? Does your romantic partnership support you, or feel that you are enough just as you are? Or do you feel like you would be just a little bit better than you would, if you could be a little bit better than you would be lovable? Enough clearly and simply illustrates how to identify emotional abuse, how to move out of that dynamic, and learn to put yourself at the center of a truly loving and supportive relationship. I love this. Firsthand knowledge and great advice in this book as well. So Dr. Adrienne McKeon is amazing, and we love her so much. So check out Enough and Melting Ivory. There we go. Check them out. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. There's two books here that I want to talk about. We're almost done. I have a very little stack left. Okay. I'm going to talk about this one first. This is a fairly new book to me, but I've read it. I also have the workbook. I have not gone through the workbook yet, but I plan on doing that. I wanted to save it because I think we're going to do a little book club with this in the Breakthrough Show Network community. Megan McGlover is a force. She is a whole force to be reckoned with, boys and girls. She is amazing. She is outspoken. She has claimed her space in the world, but our conversation was more than I could ever dreamed of. I actually had started following Megan on social media way back in 2011. 2010, 2011, something like that. And she started doing these really funny weather reports on YouTube about the weather in Atlanta, because she had moved from California to Atlanta and the weather was wacky, like it was snowing in weird months. And she and I just, in a time in my life when I felt so out of place because I had just moved here to the South as well. I just felt like somehow she got me, and she made me laugh and all of that. And throughout the years, not long after that time, her mother was murdered. And then she moved. There was a whole bunch of things that had just changed for her. And she really tapped into wanting to be a voice in the Black community. And it's been so incredible to witness her own personal transformation, and then how that transformation is changing the world. So she recently came out with a book called Stop Lying, and it's so good. So good, you guys. Highly recommend this book. Like I said, there's also a workbook. I have a shirt with this on it. I got, I had to get the t-shirt. been there, read the book, did the workbook, got the t-shirt, is what I needed to do. It tells stories of different people, clients and things that she had worked with over the years, but also goes through the lies that we tell ourselves and that others tell us when we're younger, and how that comes to shape our lives in the future. And we keep telling lies, and it's not even a conscious thing all the time, but highly recommend Stop Lying by Megan McGlover. Make sure you guys check that out. Another amazing moment for me back in season 4 of the show was when I had the honor and privilege of hosting the incomparable Dee Wallace, the Queen of Scream herself, on the show. You guys might know her as the mom from E.T. She's also been in Cujo and The Hills Have Eyes, and I don't know how, like, she has the longest IMDb list of like any American actress. Incredible. But some of what people don't know about her is she's also an incredibly intuitive and a channel. And she does a lot of spiritual work in helping people heal and move forward, and heal that inner child within them. One of the books that I have is called Bright Light by Dee Wallace, Spiritual Lessons from a Life in Acting. This is an incredible book. She has other books as well, but this is the one that I have. And it really is just such a good thing, because one of the things that I'm always talking about is our ability to use entertainment, experiences, relationships, books, TV shows, music. Anything can be used to teach us very deep personal and spiritual lessons. And that's what I love about her. Her life as an actress and the spiritual lessons that she learned. So definitely check out Bright Light by Dee Wallace. So good. So good. And her other books as well. Okay, 2 more to finish with, because the one is going to lead us into our show tomorrow as well. So I want to mention Tish Robbie, because Tish Robbie also has an incredible book, another book coming out next month. And I'm actually going to I think I'm going to get to see her for the launch, because she lives in Mystic, Connecticut, which we know that I am relocating back to. Tish Robbie, I want to challenge you to go type Tish Robbie, Tish, Tishrabe, into your Amazon and see how many pages of books are there. Okay. It is my goal eventually to have every single one of them, but she is a children's book author, and she is one of the select few people that is chosen to be an author for the Dr. Seuss series of books. You guys, if you guys have young kids, you may have seen the book about the planets. That's one of the ones that I saw, the Dr. Seuss book that talks about all the planets. She was the author for that, among many other things. And she also has ones in addition to the Seuss series of books that she's written for herself. So the 2 that I have are Sweet Dreams Ahead, Time for Bed. And side note, she's also an incredible singer. And there is a video of her singing this book as well. Sweet Dreams Ahead, Time for Bed, and Days Can Be Sunny for Bunnies and Money. are two of the ones that I have. And the reason I bring this up towards the end of our conversation here is because she is going to be a guest on My Way. Coming up, conversations with entrepreneurs doing business outside the box. She is going to be on July 12th. So she's actually my very last interview before my move. So she's going to be on My Way Tuesday, July 12th at 5:05 p.m. Our final book that I want to mention for the close of our summer reading series is Just Give Them a Hug and the Rest Will Be Easy. It is a book by Brett Weiss. It says how one person can make the world a better place, one child at a time. Brett Weiss is the founder of the Weiss Scholarship Foundation. We have been happily partnered with them for a long time, and they're just doing amazing work helping to end poverty. They're sending children to school in a little village called Dago, Kenya, and they have now expanded to other places as well. And Brett is going to be joining us on Project Joy Live tomorrow morning. He had a birthday recently, we know as well, but he just got back from Kenya where he had an amazing time and also got to meet up with our friend here on the Breakthrough Show Network, Olivia Ambani. So can't wait to share with you guys him tomorrow and his experience. And make sure you check out his book, Just Give Them a Hug and the Rest Will Be Easy. So we have made it through all the books. We're going to take one really quick break, come back, finish up with birthdays really quick, and we'll go on about our Mondays. We'll be right back after this.
Imagine a world where every child gets a great education. Educating all children is the only way to end poverty. This is what the Weiss Scholarship Foundation is working to accomplish. Our 6 staff members, our mentors and coordinators, who are on the ground in Kenya, are totally engaged in every aspect of our students' lives, so we can give them every opportunity for success. In just a few short years, we have already awarded 141 scholarships. We send children to high school who would have never gone without our support. And then we help them go on to either university or vocational school. We have already scaled our holistic business model to 4 locations and are ready to scale it to many more. Today it's Kenya, but tomorrow it's more countries. Please contribute what you can today. You can make a one-time donation, a recurring donation, or choose to sponsor a child all on your own for all 4 years of high school for just $3,500. Go to our website, www.weissscholarshipfoundation.org.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. I hope you've enjoyed the culmination of our summer reading series here on the show. So many books. Check out the link in the description for you guys, in the comments and in the description, to shop with us. Like I said, by the end of the day, there's a couple books left I have yet to add, but they will all be in there. It makes it easy for everybody to go to one place. You don't have to remember to go anywhere else. Just go to one place and get your books there as well. And that will lead you to everybody's separate Amazon pages to get your books. So we have to do birthdays. We have to celebrate birthdays, of course, by the end of the show. And let's get a move on and talk about that. Lots of birthdays today. Everybody decided to be born on June 27th is what happened. And so in the celebrity world, Khloe Kardashian's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Khloe. Tobey Maguire's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Toby. Helen Keller, which she's wildly known because her birthplace is right over here in the Shoals area of Alabama. Happy birthday, Helen Keller. R&B artist Her's birthday is today. It's her birthday. That's my bad joke for the day. Super nanny Joe Frost's birthday is today as well. And we know her as a fabulous fashionista. Vera Wang's birthday is today. And the celebrities in my life, there's a whole bunch too. Ben Chai's birthday is today. Not Ben Chu. That's the attorney for Johnny Depp. Ben Chai's birthday is today. Norma Black's birthday is today. My cousin Amy Main has a birthday today. Happy birthday, cousin Amy. Amy Rietsma's birthday is today. Arlene Gale's birthday is today. Breakthrough Show alumni and coach extraordinaire Mark Mawhinney's birthday is today. And a good friend from back in school days, CJ Walter Boswell's birthday is today too. Let us get our birthday song on. Here we go. You better sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Khloe Kardashian, Tobey Maguire, Helen Keller, Her, Joe Frost, Vera Wang, Ben Chai, Norma Black, Amy Main, Amy Retzma, Arlene Gale, Mark Mawhinney, and CJ Walter Boswell. Happy birthday to you. Yes, I hope you guys are set up to have an amazing day. Thank you all for being here today. A couple reminders. Number one, we will have Brett Weiss on tomorrow to talk about his Kenya trip. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I am going to be joined by one fabulous co-host every single day. Three of my favorite guys in the podcasting / show hosting space. We have Baron Dozier, we have Loren Michaels Harris, and we have Trip Bodenheimer, aka Bodie, on the show on Friday. So make sure you guys check that out this afternoon at 2 p.m. Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We have an all-new episode of Rewriting Reality with Shiraz, so make sure you check that out as well. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
You've been tuned in to Project Joy Live with Jessica Dugas, your weekday morning talk show, inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes only on the Breakthrough Show Network. Binge all past episodes of Project Joy at projectjoypodcast.com. Until next time, help us spread the joy by sharing this episode, and we'll see you soon.